Welcome to the Designer and the Dyer. Grab a beverage and let's talk fiber.
I'm Leanne.
And I'm Lauren.
And we hail from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
Today we're going to do a little introductory video so you can get to know us and
see if you can guess who the designer is and who the dyer is.
Okay, let's play 20 questions. Comfy? I don't know. Sure.
Okay. Where were you born and where do you live now?
Sudbury and Sudbury. I was born here and I moved, I lived west of the city, in the city, and now I live north of the city. So just all in Greater Sudbury.
I was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in East York, and I've lived almost in every major city across the top of Lake Ontario, but I moved up to Sudbury in 2015. It's probably been the best thing I've ever done.
What did you go to post-secondary school for?
Machine shop and tool and die. I know, not a very girly thing. I did want to be an underwater welder, but yeah, that didn't materialize.
I actually have a degree in classical studies, which is ancient Greece and Rome history.
When did you learn to knit and crochet?
I would have been about 6 or 7 when I learned how to knit, and knit on and off all through elementary school, high school. After that, and then I don't think I learned to knit till about 10 or so years ago. Oh, crochet. I learned to crochet about 10 years ago. Yeah, just so I could make stuffies.
I didn't learn to knit and crochet until I was in my 20s. When I was 16, I learned how to spin first from an elderly German lady. And so I knew how to spin fiber well before I even thought about crocheting and knitting. I'm pretty sure I tried knitting when I was younger than that because I had a grandmother who knitted, but I wasn't very good at it. So then I started with crochet and later on came knitting.
What is a place you'd like to visit just for fun?
Scotland. I have a Scottish heritage from my family, my grandmother, and yeah, that's a place I'd like to go and visit for fun.
Well, since I have a degree in ancient Greece and Rome, I would love to go to Greece and Italy and check out all the ruins and stuff like that, and be places I've only ever imagined.
What is a place you'd like to visit that is yarn related?
My husband is Irish, and so I always thought it would be cool to go to Ireland and see their sheep and get some of their Irish wool and make him a sweater.
Scotland. Well, I love sheep, and I just have always wanted to go to Shetland. I've always wanted to go to the islands and walk on the moors, and yeah, that fun. And yeah, it could be like a working vacation. Yeah.
What was your first project?
Like my first ever project? Do you know, I cannot remember. As I said, I can remember being young and walking around with my Barbie case in one hand and a little plastic bag with some yellow plastic needles and some yarn. And I think I was attempting to make a scarf. But yeah, I would have been under 10 anyways, so I'm sure if I made a project, it wasn't a very good one.
First project, oh my goodness, I've been knitting for like 40 years, so it's probably a scarf, because that's what people usually get people to start with, so I would say it was probably a scarf. Hard to say.
What is your favorite needles?
Chowgu. I've had a few different kinds, but I definitely prefer metal, and the red cord on the Chowgu sets are just too awesome. I love that they're memory free, and it makes it nice and easy to work with. So.
They'd have to be Chowgu. I've tried Knitter's Pride. I've tried a lot of different needles over my time, and then Chowgu came on the scene, and those memory-free cables were just the ticket. I mean, I did have Knitter's Pride interchangeables, so I was used to interchangeables, but Chowgu certainly upped it for me when they brought out the memory-free cables.
What is your favorite yarn brand?
My favorite yarn brand. I don't really have one. I mean, I'm still exploring yarn brands. And what I mean by that is I used to always, like years and years ago, I always knitted in acrylic because that's what we had available to us at the time. And then I started getting into the blends, where it was 40% wool and so much alpaca, and then I really got turned on to the primitives. So lately I've been working with a lot of the 100% Canadian wools, and I've been really enjoying them. So especially for Sudbury weather, they kind of keep you warm and cozy.
Brand of yarn, I guess it would be Barocco. It's one of my main suppliers at the store, and I really like using their yarns, although I'm open to trying other kinds as well, but that's, I guess, the one I usually gravitate towards.
What is your favorite thing to make?
Definitely toques. I can never have enough toques, although I tend to only wear one or two. I really like knitting them up though. They're fun, easy projects. And you get the chance to try out all kinds of different stitch patterns and things like that on a small circumference.
Oh, my favorite thing to make. I do not have a favorite thing to make because I do everything for an outfit. So when I'm looking at my wardrobe, if I decide I'm going to make a sweater, and then I have to make socks that are going to match it, and a hat that's going to match it, and a scarf that's going to match it, whatever that outfit would be. So there is no favorite thing I like to make. I like to make everything and have a little bit of variety going on. So yeah, no favorites for me.
What is your favorite stitch pattern?
Ribbing. A lot of people hate ribbing. Everybody goes on and on about, ribbing. Like it takes so much time and that. I like ribbing. I just have that musical count in my head. It's like the beat of a drum, Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. It sounds like a song all the time. And, so yeah. I'll take ribbing. There's no other stitch pattern. I do like brioche. It took me a while to learn that, but yeah, ribbing is probably my favorite.
Right now I'm big into cables. I would love to do more and more and more. So yeah, right now it's cables.
What is the hardest thing you've had to learn for knitting or crochet?
I can't think of anything specific. I haven't found anything too difficult, so I usually pick it up pretty quickly if I haven't done it before. I usually just try and stay ahead of what my customers are wanting to learn, trying something new.
Brioche. But I'll tell you something. It was just the terminology and having to learn the different terminologies for what you were doing. But I think my time trying to learn brioche actually made me a better knitter, because I spent more time ripping it back and frogging it than I did doing it. And so I really got to learn in a different way the structure of knitting and how knit stitches go. So yeah, brioche is it.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Flaky, extremely happy, and very creative. Yeah.
Organized. I like a schedule. And hilarious. I like to have fun.
Leanne in 3 words.
Artsy. Flaky, just a little bit. I guess that's part of her artsiness. And wonderful. She's a great lady.
Oh my God, Lauren. Structured, very structured. Yeah, I can't call her flaky. No, she's, structured, and fun. Yeah, she's like a double structure, because there's nothing that you can't give to Lauren that she will not get it all organized and ready to go. And it's good for me because I can be like, a flag in the wind or a kite in the wind. I do my own thing, and then she pulls me back into line. So I'm the kite, she's the string. Or I could be the horse and she could be the rider, but no, she keeps me in line. So yeah, I'd say very, very structured, but she is a hoot to be with.
What is your favorite color combo?
Combo. Well, combo is more than 2. So I would say I like a very nude pink. I don't like bright pinks. Nude pinks, gray, white. Those are like my go-to, and then navy blue and black. Yeah, very, very. Yeah. That's it.
Gray and blue, and gray and blue, and gray and blue, and probably more gray and blue.
What are 3 colors you can't wear?
3 colors I can't wear or don't wear. If it's not gray and blue, I probably wouldn't wear it. I am trying to go outside of my color comfort zone a little, but I still don't think I would wear probably pinks. I tend to stay away from them. I don't do a lot of purples either. And I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. Those ones are good.
Orange, green. Yeah, I'll take out 1 orange. Yellow. I can't wear yellow neither. I mean, a lot of people said that I looked good in yellow, but I'm not into the bright colors. I'm more muted, so those are the 3 I cannot wear.
Name 3 pattern designers you follow.
Yeah, that's where the artistic flakiness comes in. I don't really follow any pattern designers as such. I mean, I know some. I've seen their patterns, like Petite Knits, Andrea Mowry, all the, Stephen West. But I don't really follow them because I don't look at who has designed the pattern. For me, it's not about that. If I'm looking for a new pattern it could be in a book or a magazine, and then I've just got to find it. And I've actually found quite a few wonderful designers that I've never heard of before by doing that. So for me, it's more about the design of the pattern.
Andrea Mowry, I really like her patterns. I've done a few of hers. Isabel Kramer is another one. I've done quite a few of her sweaters. And lately I've been following some like petite knits and Côte de Vaquica, a little European flavor, I guess.
Name 3 Canadian podcasters you follow.
Cozy Up Knits, the Grocery Girls, and lately I've been watching Les Garçons out of Montreal.
Yeah, again, I follow tons of different podcasters, but 3 Canadian ones that I can name of would be A Good Yarn. There's another young girl in Toronto that I really like, and I'm sorry if you end up watching this. I will contact you, but I love her and I cannot remember the name of her podcast. But there is also Cozy Up Knits, and there is our popular girls, our Canadian girls, the Grocery Girls. So.
How many whips do you have?
Right now, 14. I have 14 whips. Proud of it.
That is always a touchy subject. I probably have about 30. Some are for me and some are for the store, so they're not all of mine.
What are you actually working on?
Oh, that's not a fair question. I tend to work on about 5 or 6 at a time, depending on if stuff have deadlines or whatever, but yeah, about 5 or 6. I like a nice variety so I can work on different things. Depends on what else is going on while I'm knitting or crocheting.
1? Yeah. Oops. Well, it's deadlines for me. If I have a deadline, then I cease to exist on any other whip until I get it done, or until it comes to I've made a mistake and I've got to frog it, and then I'll change, and then the deadline's no longer there anymore.
Swatch first.
Oh golly, no. That's like work. No, what I like to do is when I do my ribbing, and then I go into my into the main body of my work, I will do so many rows and then I'll count from there. But no, I don't swatch, because a lot of the clothes, I can't even say that, because if it's something that's fitted for my body, then yes, I will swatch. But lately, none of what I've got is anything fitted, so no, I don't swatch. Too much work.
No. Does anyone? I like to say I'm a lazy gauger. So generally I won't do a swatch. Unless, I really was trying out a new yarn or something, maybe I would. But generally speaking, no, I just start the project, and then once I have enough material, I'll measure and go from there. Rip it out if I need to. Okay, so we've answered a bunch of questions now.
Have you been able to guess who the designer is and who the dyer is?
I'm the designer.
And I'm the dyer.
Should we answer just a few more?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, here we go.
What do you love most about designing?
Being able to make what I envision. Like, I can picture something and then being able to write it out and put down the numbers and then craft it into something that's actually what I was thinking of is pretty awesome.
What is the hardest thing about designing?
All the math. I haven't done anything too big yet that requires a lot of math, but even the small things, there's more math in there than you think, so And math is not my strong suit. I have an arts degree, not science.
What is your favorite tool in your creative arsenal?
I'm gonna have to say my knitting needles. No. Knitting needles for sure, because it's making things come to life, but paper and pen is what I tend to write down all my ideas and start a rough copy of a pattern on, so I would say that.
What do you love most about dyeing?
Color. The ability to take colors in my head and make those colors, the way that colors work together. I really am into photography, so if I go out and I'm doing a photo shoot, then to be able to bring that back and just draw colors off of there and actually put it in the yarn. So for me, it's all about just combining colors, because you never know what you're going to get in it. So yeah, that's most exciting, and selling it too is pretty exciting. Yeah, getting paid to be a dyer is very exciting too.
What is the hardest thing about dyeing?
I have two hardest things about dyeing. One is knowing your fiber, because a lot of fibers do not uptake the dye as well as you would like it to. And the second hardest part of dyeing is getting away from your comfort zone. I think that we're all, at some point, we have our favorite colors that we like to work with, and as dyers we tend to kind of stick within that color comfort zone, and it's very hard to kind of push us out of it. And unfortunately, with as many knitters and crocheters and that across the world, then you have to be able to cater to everybody and not just like one niche. So that's just my opinion.
What is your favorite tool in your creative arsenal?
My iPad. Can't live without my iPad. Not for social work, but because I like touching up photographs. I like doing the video, and just downloading, whether it is memes that are going to be uplifting, whether it's colors, color palettes, pictures of different places. Yeah, I don't think I could live without it. And then, of course, it's GoodNotes. Lauren and I could not do without GoodNotes to keep us going back and forth.
Thank you for joining us. We're excited to be part of the YouTube fiber community.
And if you like us and want to keep us, hit the like button and subscribe.
Make sure to follow us on social media and Ravelry as well by clicking the link in the description box below.
And I think that's a wrap.
Awesome!